All right, today is an extra special day because our whole Women in Dharma team is here. Hello, everybody. And it's also extra special because I don't have to do a Facebook Live alone. Always so much more fun when I get to do it with others. And today, the topic that we wanted to talk about, so we just got out of a team discussion, and one of the things that we came up with was a new way that we wanted to define Dharma. And of course, because we are women in Dharma, it makes sense that we want to clarify what Dharma means to us. So as you'll see in the description, the way that we define it now is the journey of you being you. And each of us are going to just share a little tidbit on what that actually means to us. So why don't we start with Deedee?
Oh, so the journey of me being me is really about gut checks and following my intuition, and I think like just connections and relationships. So the way that I play that out is through my photography. I love to connect with people and tell their stories visually, and I also love cooking and hosting with people, so I do Dharma dinners. And I also have twins, so that's also dharmic. That's also me being me.
Yes, and that's a big part of it too. It's not just the work that you want to create in the world, it's all parts of yourself coming together. That's your full Dharma. So for you, Krista, how do you see it?
Yeah, so similar to Deedee, and I feel like it might be a common thread, is this idea of following your intuition and really tapping into what I refer to as alignment, which is when I ask myself, okay, is this bringing me joy? So that goes to the work I'm doing, it goes to the food I'm eating, it goes to the people I'm hanging out with. I always ask myself, does this bring me joy? And if the answer is yes, then I know I'm on my dharmic path.
Amazing. I love that. And for you, Blair?
Yeah, for me, it all comes down to speaking my truth and sharing insights and wisdom and really being dedicated to elevating the consciousness of those around me. So whether it's sharing a new perspective, sharing an insight that's bubbling up from my intuition, for me right now, it's really just speaking it and blurting it and being unattached to how that lands to the other person, but being really confident that I did share that.
See, I love that. There's a lot of theme around self-expression and really just speaking your truth and not thinking twice about it, just being that, like being your full self and speaking that out. That's awesome. And for you, Sam?
I think for me it's really similar to Krista in that instead of looking for joy in each of the moments day to day, for me it's looking for where am I giving myself self-love or showing up with a lot of self-love. So I'm currently completing a university degree, and I wouldn't say that's the most dharmic thing for me. However, each day I just look for how can I nourish my body, how can I talk positively to myself, and incorporate self-love, because that's when I feel the most lit up and inspired.
Amazing. So really, to wrap this all up for everybody, I think a big theme of what everyone's been talking about is that it's a journey. It's not just a destination that you get to. It's not some finish line. It's not a tick in the box. It's a continuous journey of checking in with yourself, asking yourself these kinds of questions of what brings you joy, what lights you up, what do you most want to do. And for me personally, I remember a few years ago where I was doing what I thought I was supposed to do. Things like get a great job, save money, be in a good relationship, get a nice apartment. Like I was ticking all these boxes and I wasn't stopping to ask myself, was this really what I wanted? So that's the whole notion of Dharma, is that it's the journey of you being you in whatever way, shape, or form that takes. And it's going to be different for every single one of us. And yet, as you go deeper and deeper in that journey, you're going to connect to that more and more. And it's almost like a continuous journey. I feel like all of us continue to be on that journey, even though it's something we're dedicated to at Women in Dharma. So don't feel like you're far off. Every day you can make progress on this by simply just checking in and observing what's really going on for you and how much that really speaks to who you are deep down. And you'll know. It's the kind of energy, well, you'll know that this is truly you or it'll feel sluggish or sticky or yucky, and then it's a time to reevaluate. Is that really you being you? So, any last words before we wrap up the video for tonight?
I just had like a quick insight about what you said, and just to do with like smaller aspects of your life too. Like it can be your career that you are doing what you think you should do, but for me it could also be in how I mother and how I'm a parent, and like believing that I should be doing things a certain way because that's how everyone else does it, or that's how my parents did it, or whatever. But I think even in that role, I can just be myself. I can figure out a way for my journey to be about expressing myself within that role.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all parts of your life, not just the work you do. It's how you show up every day in all your relationships, holistically, and it's an amazing journey to be on, I feel, because you feel it more and more the deeper you connect to yourself. So on that note, wishing everyone a lovely, lovely evening. We're going to be heading off to dinner soon and celebrating the day, and we wish you all an amazing rest of your day too. I will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye everyone.
Bye.